How can I safely modify a Python list during iteration? Imagine you're working on a project and need to change a list while going through it. It might seem simple, but it can cause surprises if you're not careful. When you use a for loop to go through a list and try to add or remove items at the same time, things can go wrong. The loop uses an internal number to keep track of where it is, and if the list changes size, that number can get out of sync. This can make the loop skip some items or process the same item more than once. So how can you change a list safely during iteration? The first way is to create a copy of the list and loop over that copy. For example, if you have a list of numbers and want to remove all even numbers, you can do this. Make a copy of the list with slicing like my list, and then loop over the copy. Inside the loop, if you find an even number, remove it from the original list. This way, the loop is working on a fixed list, and your changes won't cause problems. Another method is to build a new list instead of changing the original. You can start with an empty list and add only the items you want to keep. For example, if you want to keep only the odd numbers, you can loop through the original list and append each odd number to the new list. After the loop, replace the old list with the new one. This approach is very safe because you're not changing the list you're looping over. You can also use a while loop with an explicit index. Instead of a for loop, set an index variable to 0. While the index is less than the length of the list, check the current item. If you remove an item, do not increase the index because the next item shifts into its place. If you add or keep the item, then increase the index by 1. This method gives you full control over how the list changes during the loop. If you need to remove multiple items, another trick is to go backwards through the list. Start from the last item and move towards the first. When you remove an item from the end, it doesn't affect the indices of the remaining items. This way, you avoid skipping elements or messing up the loop. Remember, changing a list during iteration can be tricky because it can cause unpredictable results. The safest options are to iterate over a copy, create a new list, or carefully manage your index with a while loop. For example, if you want to remove all numbers greater than 5 from a list, you can do it like this. Python. My list is equal to 163, 2. For item in my list, hash iterate over a copy of the list. If item 5. My list remove item. Print my list, hash output will be 132. This way, you avoid the common pitfalls and keep your code predictable. So, always think about how your list changes during iteration, and choose the method that keeps things simple and safe. Using copies or building new lists are your best bets for avoiding bugs and making your code work smoothly.